In the heart of Central Europe lies Switzerland, a picturesque country defined by its towering Alps, serene lakes and charming villages. Its cities, steeped in history, boast medieval quarters adorned with iconic landmarks such as the Zittglogge clock tower in the capital city of Bern and the quaint wooden chapel bridge in Lucerne. Switzerland's landscape is dominated by rugged mountains, accounting for a significant portion of its land cover. While the country's population is relatively small compared to its land area, its people have crafted a rich culture intertwined with the natural beauty that surrounds them. Switzerland is a hub for banking and finance, with its financial institutions playing a pivotal role in the global economy. I kindly ask that you give it a like and subscribe before we begin, as it really inspires me to continue creating videos like this. Now, let's get started. Switzerland, officially known as the Swiss Confederation, is a landlocked country nestled in West-Central Europe. Its borders touch Italy to the south, France to the west, Germany to the north, and Austria and Liechtenstein to the east. Geographically, Switzerland is characterized by its diverse terrain, encompassing the Swiss Plateau, the majestic Alps, and the rolling Jura Mountains. While the Alps dominate much of the landscape, the majority of the country's 9 million inhabitants reside on the plateau, where the bustling cities of Zurich, Geneva, and Basel serve as economic hubs. The roots of modern Switzerland trace back to the old Swiss Confederacy, which emerged during the late Middle Ages through a series of military triumphs against Austria and Burgundy. The Federal Charter of 1291 stands as a cornerstone of the nation's foundation, marking its establishment as an independent entity. Switzerland's commitment to neutrality dates back to the 16th century, and since 1815, it has maintained a remarkable record of avoiding international conflicts. This stance was formally acknowledged in the Peace of Westphalia in 1648, solidifying Switzerland's autonomy from the Holy Roman Empire. Despite its long-standing neutrality, Switzerland engages actively in global affairs, participating in peace-building efforts and diplomatic initiatives. While it only joined the United Nations in 2002, Switzerland has established itself as a proactive player on the international stage. Switzerland stands out as one of the globe's most advanced nations, boasting the highest nominal wealth per adult and ranking 8th in gross domestic product, GDP, per capita. Since 2021, Switzerland has clinched the top spot in the Human Development Index, a testament to its exceptional standards of living and well-being. Consistently excelling on various international benchmarks, Switzerland shines in economic competitiveness and democratic governance. Cities like Zurich, Geneva, and Basel are renowned for their unparalleled quality of life, offering residents a blend of prosperity and comfort. However, this luxury comes at a price, as Switzerland also grapples with some of the highest costs of living worldwide. Switzerland's rich history, breathtaking landscapes, and commitment to peace and diplomacy make it a unique and influential nation in the heart of Europe. Languages of Switzerland. Switzerland boasts a rich linguistic tapestry, with 4 official languages spoken throughout the country: German, French, Italian, and Romansh. This linguistic diversity reflects Switzerland's unique cultural heritage and geographic diversity. German is the most widely spoken language, with around 2/3 of the population fluent in it. French is predominant in the western regions, while Italian is spoken primarily in the canton of Ticino. In the southeastern canton of Graubünden, where the largest land area is located, 3 languages coexist: German, Italian, and Romansh. Romansh is a lesser-known language, spoken by less than 1% of the population, mainly in certain areas of Graubünden. Despite its small number of speakers, Romansh is an important part of Switzerland's linguistic mosaic, representing the country's cultural richness and diversity. This multilingual environment extends beyond official languages, with many cantons and towns embracing bilingualism or even trilingualism. Such linguistic diversity is a testament to Switzerland's commitment to inclusivity and respect for its diverse cultural heritage. History of Switzerland. In 1291, people from Uri, Schwyz, and Unterwalden sought independence from the powerful Habsburg dynasty. They formed an alliance known as the Eternal Alliance, pledging to work together for their freedom. This alliance proved crucial in their struggles against the Habsburgs, culminating in victorious battles at Morgarten, Sempach and Naples in 1315. As word of their success spread, more regions joined the Eternal Alliance, strengthening their resolve to achieve freedom. In 1648, the Peace of Westphalia, an agreement among European nations, recognized Switzerland's independence. This marked the expansion of Swiss territory as more areas joined the fledgling nation. Switzerland's history, however, is not without its dark chapters. Swiss involvement in the slave trade is documented, with Swiss companies manufacturing indiennes, a type of cloth exchanged for captured slaves in Africa. Some Swiss individuals also participated in French companies engaged in the indienne trade or owned plantations with slaves in French colonies. In 1798, Switzerland faced an invasion by France under Napoleon Bonaparte, leading to significant changes in Swiss laws. However, by 1815, Switzerland regained its independence from France, with international recognition of its freedom and neutrality affirmed at the Congress of Vienna. The Swiss constitution underwent revisions following a brief civil war in 1848, with another significant update occurring in 1999. Despite the upheavals of World War I and World War II, Switzerland remained neutral and did not engage in military conflicts. Its commitment to neutrality was exemplified by its delayed entry into the United Nations, joining in 2002 after 57 years of abstention due to its neutral stance. Religion in Switzerland, religious composition. Christianity predominates in Switzerland, with the majority affiliated with the Catholic Church and the Swiss Reformed Church. Christianity constitutes about 67% of the resident population and 75% of Swiss citizens. Switzerland has no official state religion, but most cantons recognize official churches, either the Catholic Church or the Swiss Reformed Church. Religious diversity. In 2020, about 26.3% of Swiss permanent residents were not affiliated with a religious community. Other religious communities include Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Judaism. Switzerland historically had an even balance between Catholic and Protestant regions, and the 1848 constitution consciously established a consociational state to ensure peaceful coexistence. Separation of church and state. A 1980 initiative to completely separate church and state was rejected by 78.9% of voters. Traditionally, Protestant regions have seen a growing minority not affiliated with any religious body since around 1970. Geography of Switzerland. Switzerland, nestled in Western and Central Europe, is a land of stunning natural beauty, characterized by its mountainous terrain and landlocked position. The country is adorned with countless lakes and towering peaks, offering a breathtaking backdrop to its landscape. Bordered by 5 nations, Switzerland shares its boundaries with Austria and Liechtenstein to the east, France to the west, Italy to the south, and Germany to the north. Stretching approximately 220 kilometers from north to south and 350 kilometers from east to west, Switzerland boasts a compact yet diverse geography. The majestic Alps dominate the southern and southeastern regions of Switzerland, drawing visitors from far and wide, with their snow-capped summits and pristine wilderness. To the north of the Alps lies the Swiss Plateau, a vast expanse of rolling hills and plains where the majority of the population resides. Nestled on the northwest side of the plateau are the smaller Jura Mountains, adding to Switzerland's scenic charm. Switzerland's borders are defined by natural landmarks such as the Rhine River to the north, Lake Constance to the east, and Lake Geneva to the southwest, the latter forming part of the boundary with France. Politically, Switzerland is divided into 26 sovereign cantons, each with its own unique characteristics and cultural identity. Cantons situated along the Swiss plateau are typically more populous, industrialized, and predominantly Protestant, while those in the Alps tend to have smaller populations, a Catholic majority, and economies centered around agriculture or tourism. Switzerland's rich diversity, both in terms of its geography and cultural landscape, contributes to its unique identity and allure as a truly remarkable country in the heart of Europe. The climate of Switzerland. Switzerland's climate is characterized by its temperate nature, though it can exhibit considerable variation from one locality to another. From the icy conditions atop the mountains to the almost Mediterranean-like climate in the southern regions, Switzerland experiences a diverse range of weather patterns. In certain valleys of southern Switzerland, where cold, hardy palm trees thrive, summers are warm and occasionally humid, punctuated by intermittent rainfall, which is conducive to lush pastures and grazing. Meanwhile, winters in the mountainous areas are typically less humid, marked by prolonged periods of stable weather. However, in the lower-lying regions, such as valleys, inversions can occur during these periods, resulting in obscured sunlight. A notable weather phenomenon, known as the föhn, akin to the Chinook wind, can occur at any time. This warm wind brings dry air with low relative humidity to the northern side of the Alps, during periods of rainfall on the south-facing slopes. The effect is more pronounced when the wind blows from the south, especially in valleys running from south to north. Despite the varied climate, some general patterns emerge. Inner alpine valleys receive less precipitation due to clouds losing moisture while traversing the mountains, resulting in drier conditions. Areas like Graubünden and the Valais maintain this dryness, making them suitable for cultivating wine grapes. The wettest regions are typically found in the High Alps and the Ticino canton, where bursts of heavy rain occur intermittently despite the abundant sunshine. Precipitation tends to be evenly distributed throughout the year, peaking in summer, while autumn remains the driest season. However, Switzerland's weather patterns are not entirely stable or predictable, fluctuating from year to year without strict seasonal adherence. The environment of Switzerland. Switzerland boasts two distinct terrestrial ecoregions: the Western European broadleaf forests and the Alps conifer and mixed forests. The country's diverse geography, characterized by numerous small valleys nestled between towering mountains, harbors unique ecosystems. These mountainous regions are home to a rich array of plant life, adapted to the specific climatic, geological, and topographical conditions of the alpine environment. However, this delicate ecosystem is particularly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. Switzerland's commitment to environmental protection is evident in its top-ranking performance on the Environmental Performance Index. The nation excels in areas such as environmental public health, reliance on renewable energy sources like hydropower and geothermal energy, and efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. In fact, Switzerland was ranked third out of 180 countries in 2020 and aims to slash greenhouse gas emissions by 50% compared to 1990 levels by 2030, with the ultimate goal of achieving zero emissions by 2050. Despite these efforts, Switzerland faces challenges in maintaining ecological balance within its borders. Access to biocapacity, or the ability of ecosystems to sustain human activities, is significantly lower than the global average. In 2016, Switzerland had only 1.0 hectares of biocapacity per person, 40% less than the world average. This imbalance is evident in the country's ecological footprint, which is 4.6 times larger than what Swiss territory can support. To meet its needs, Switzerland relies on resources from other countries and shared resources such as the atmosphere, impacted by greenhouse gas emissions. Moreover, Switzerland's Forest Landscape Integrity Index score in 2019 was relatively low, indicating challenges in maintaining the integrity of its forest landscapes compared to other nations globally. Despite these challenges, Switzerland continues to prioritize environmental stewardship, striving to balance economic development with the preservation of its precious natural resources for future generations. Urbanization. Urbanization has significantly transformed Switzerland over the past century. Today, approximately 85% of the population resides in urban areas, marking a notable shift from its predominantly rural past. Between 1930 and 2000, Switzerland underwent a remarkable urbanization process, with urban development encroaching upon the landscape at a rate comparable to the previous 2,000 years. This phenomenon of urban sprawl has impacted not only the plateau but also the Jura Mountains and the foothills of the Alps, raising concerns about sustainable land use practices. The Swiss landscape is now dotted with a dense network of towns, ranging from large metropolitan areas to smaller urban centers. The plateau, in particular, boasts a high population density, with approximately 400 people per square kilometer, showcasing the pervasive human presence in the region. Key urban hubs such as Zurich, Geneva, Lausanne, Basel and Bern exert significant influence, their importance transcending mere population statistics. These cities are renowned for their exceptional quality of life, drawing residents and visitors alike with their cultural vibrancy and economic opportunities. Despite the urban concentration, Switzerland maintains a varied population density across its cantons. For instance, in Graubünden, entirely situated in the Alps, the population density drops significantly to 28.10 inhabitants per square kilometre. In contrast, the canton of Zurich, home to a bustling urban capital, boasts a much higher density of 926.8 inhabitants per square kilometre. This diversity in population distribution reflects Switzerland's complex urbanization process, characterized by both challenges and opportunities, as the nation navigates the complexities of modern urban living while preserving its natural and cultural heritage. The economy of Switzerland. Switzerland operates independently from the European Union, but participates in the European Free Trade Agreement, EFTA, facilitating trade with other European nations. In 1999, Switzerland and the EU forged a contract further streamlining trade, with subsequent agreements enhancing cooperation. The banking and insurance sectors play a significant role in Switzerland's economy, jointly contributing 11% to the gross domestic product, GDP. Tourism is also a vital economic driver, with destinations like Davos, St. Moritz, Pontresina and Flims attracting visitors year-round for skiing in winter and outdoor activities in summer. Cities such as Lucerne, Geneva and Zurich are popular tourist destinations as well. The pharmaceutical industry is a cornerstone of Switzerland's economy, directly and indirectly employing approximately 135,000 individuals as of 2011. Notably, companies like Novartis and Roche rank among the world's largest pharmaceutical companies, credited with developing numerous life-saving drugs, owing to their robust research and development capabilities. Foreign relations and international institutions. Switzerland, following a tradition of avoiding military, political or direct economic alliances, has maintained a policy of neutrality since the conclusion of its expansion in 1550. This neutrality was officially recognized at the Congress of Vienna in 1815, although it has faced occasional scrutiny over the years. In 2002, Switzerland became a full member of the United Nations, uniquely achieving this status through a national referendum. Switzerland, while not a member of the European Union, EU, participates in the Schengen area. The Swiss people have consistently rejected EU membership since the early 1990s. Despite not being part of military alliances, Switzerland actively maintains diplomatic relations with nearly all countries and has historically served as a mediator between other states. Geneva, Switzerland, is home to numerous international institutions benefiting from the country's policy of neutrality. The city is the birthplace of the Red Cross and Red Crescent movement, the Geneva Conventions, and has hosted the United Nations Human Rights Council since 2006. The Palace of Nations in Geneva is the second largest center for the United Nations, following the headquarters in New York. Switzerland was a founding member of the League of Nations, the predecessor to the United Nations. Switzerland hosts various UN agencies, including the World Health Organization, WHO, the International Labour Organization, ILO, the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, and over 200 other international organizations such as the World Trade Organization and the World Intellectual Property Organization. The annual meetings of the World Economic Forum in Davos serve as a platform for discussions among business and political leaders from Switzerland and around the world. Additionally, the country is a hub for sports organizations, including the International Handball Federation in Basel, the International Basketball Federation in Geneva, UEFA in Nyon, FIFA, and the International Ice Hockey Federation in Zurich, the International Cycling Union in Aigle, and the International Olympic Committee in Lausanne. Switzerland is slated to become a member of the United Nations Security Council for the 2023-2024 period. Overall, the country's engagement in international institutions underscores its commitment to global diplomacy and cooperation. Taxation and government spending. Switzerland is renowned as a tax haven, with a predominantly private sector-driven economy characterized by low tax rates. The tax revenue to GDP ratio is among the lowest in developed countries. In 2010, the Swiss federal budget amounted to 62.8 billion Swiss francs, equivalent to 11.35% of GDP. However, this figure does not include budgets at the cantonal and municipal levels. Overall government spending represents approximately 33.8% of GDP. The federal government primarily derives its income from the value-added tax, 33% of tax revenue, and direct federal tax, 29%. Social welfare and finance taxes are the main areas of expenditure. Over the years, Swiss Confederation expenditures have increased from 7% of GDP in 1960 to 10.7% in 2010. Notably, while spending on social welfare and finance sectors and taxes has grown significantly from 35% in 1990 to 48.2% in 2010, there has been a marked reduction in expenditures on agriculture and national defense, declining from 26.5% to 12.4%, estimated for 2015. Education and science in Switzerland. Education. Switzerland boasts a diverse education system, decentralized to the cantons by the Constitution. This system encompasses both public and private schools, including numerous private international schools. Primary education. The minimum age for primary school is typically around 6 years, with some cantons offering a free children's school from age 4 or 5. Primary education generally continues until grade 4, 5, or 6, depending on the school. Traditionally, the first foreign language taught was one of the other Swiss languages, but English gained prominence in some cantons in 2000. Students are assigned to different sections based on their abilities, with advanced classes for faster learners and tailored education for others. Tertiary education. Switzerland is home to 12 universities, 10 of which are at the cantonal level and usually offer non-technical subjects. The University of Zurick, with nearly 25,000 students, is the largest. The Swiss Federal Institute of Technology Zurich, ETHZ, and the University of Zurich rank 20th and 54th, respectively, on the 2015 academic ranking of world universities. The federal government sponsors institutions like ETHZ in Zurich and the École Polytechnique Fédérale de Lausanne, EPFL in Lausanne, associated with the University of Lausanne. Switzerland has a strong presence in business and management studies, with the University of St. Gallen, HSG, and the International Institute for Management Development, IMD, standing out. The country has the second highest rate of foreign students in tertiary education globally. Graduate Institute of International and Development Studies. Located in Geneva, this institution is continental Europe's oldest graduate school of international and development studies, and is widely regarded as one of the most prestigious. Science. Switzerland has a rich scientific heritage, producing numerous Nobel Prize laureates, including Albert Einstein. The country hosts CERN, the world's largest particle physics research laboratory, situated in Geneva and co-hosted with the French Department of Ain. Another notable research center is the Paul Scherrer Institute. Switzerland has contributed to significant inventions, such as lysergic acid diethylamide, LSD, diazepam, Valium, and the scanning tunneling microscope. The nation's achievements also extend to space technologies, with the Swiss Space Office being a founding member of the European Space Agency and a major contributor to its budget. In the private sector, Swiss companies like Oerlikon Space and Maxon Motors actively participate in the space industry. Culture in Switzerland. Overview. Swiss culture is marked by diversity, encompassing various traditional customs. Different regions share cultural connections with neighboring countries that share their language. The linguistically isolated Romansh culture in Graubünden constitutes an exception, surviving in the upper valleys of the Rhine and the Inn. Contributions to arts and sciences. Switzerland has produced notable contributors to literature, art, architecture, music, and sciences. The country has attracted creatives during times of unrest or war, hosting about 1,000 museums. Annual cultural events include the Palio Festival, Lucerne Festival, Montreux Jazz Festival, Locarno International Film Festival, and Art Basel. Alpine symbolism. Alpine symbolism has played a crucial role in shaping Swiss history and national identity. Many alpine areas and ski resorts attract visitors for winter sports, hiking and mountain biking in the quieter seasons of spring and autumn. Traditional pastoral culture and folk art, including music, dance, woodcarving and embroidery, remain integral to Swiss culture. Cuisine in Switzerland. Swiss cuisine is diverse and influenced by regional variations in climate, language and culture. While dishes like fondue, raclette and rösti are popular nationwide, each region has its gastronomic specialties. For instance, Zürcher Geschnetzeltes, or sliced meat Zurich style, is a dish unique to the region. Traditional Swiss cuisine often features ingredients similar to those found in other European countries, alongside unique dairy products and cheeses such as Gruyère and Emmental, which are produced in specific valleys like Gruyère and Emmental. The country also boasts a high number of fine dining establishments, particularly in western Switzerland. Switzerland has a rich chocolate-making tradition dating back to the 18th century. The invention of modern techniques like conching and tempering in the late 19th century, along with Daniel Peter's creation of solid milk chocolate in 1875, contributed to the country's reputation as a leading producer of high-quality chocolate. Swiss people are among the world's largest consumers of chocolate. Wine is the most popular alcoholic beverage in Switzerland. The country is known for its diverse grape varieties, reflecting the varied terroirs across different regions. Swiss wine production is concentrated mainly in Valais, Vaud, Lavaux, Geneva, and Ticino, with a slight preference for white wines. Grape cultivation in Switzerland dates back to Roman times, with Chasselas, known as Fondant in Valais, and Pinot Noir being among the most widespread varieties. In Ticino, Merlot is the primary grape variety cultivated. Health in Switzerland? Health insurance? Swiss residents are obligated to purchase health insurance from private companies, ensuring coverage for every applicant. Despite being among the costliest systems globally, Switzerland's health outcomes rank favorably compared to other European nations. In 2012, life expectancy at birth reached 80.4 years for men and 84.7 years for women, the highest globally. Health expenditure, constituting 11.4% of GDP in 2010, aligns with Germany and France, but remains notably lower than the US, at 17.6%. However, costs have steadily risen since 1990. Mental health. Approximately 1 in 6 Swiss individuals is estimated to suffer from mental illness, emphasizing the importance of mental health considerations. Substance consumption. In 2020, a survey by Addiction Switzerland revealed that 14% of men and 6.5% of women aged 20 to 24 reported consuming cannabis in the past 30 days. Additionally, 4 Swiss cities ranked among the top 10 European cities for cocaine use, based on wastewater analysis. Media in Switzerland. Freedom of press. Switzerland guarantees freedom of the press and the right to free expression in its constitution. The Swiss news agency, SNA, delivers information in 3 of the 4 national languages, covering politics, economics, society and culture. The SNA serves as a primary source of reporting for Swiss and foreign media outlets. Print media. Historically, Switzerland has boasted the world's highest number of newspaper titles relative to its population and size. Influential newspapers include the German-language Tages-Anzeiger and Neue Zürcher Zeitung NZZ, as well as the French-language Le Temps. Almost every city in Switzerland has at least one local newspaper in its predominant language. Broadcast media. The Swiss Broadcasting Corporation, SRG-SSR, is responsible for producing and distributing radio and television content. SRG-SSR operates studios across different language regions, with radio content produced in central and regional studios and video media produced in Geneva, Zurich, Basel and Lugano. An extensive cable network enables access to content from neighboring countries. Sports in Switzerland. Winter. Sports, skiing, snowboarding and mountaineering are popular sports in Switzerland, attracting both natives and visitors. The bobsleigh was invented in St. Moritz, which has hosted numerous winter sports events, including the Winter Olympic Games and World Ski Championships. Prominent sports: football, ice hockey, alpine skiing, Schwingen, Swiss wrestling, and tennis are among the most watched sports in Switzerland. The headquarters of international sports governing bodies such as FIFA and IIHF are located in Zurich. Tennis. Swiss tennis player Roger Federer is widely regarded as one of the greatest players in the sport's history, winning numerous Grand Slam tournaments and ATP finals. Motorsports. Motorsport events were banned in Switzerland following the 1955 Le Mans disaster. However, Switzerland has produced successful racing drivers and motorcycle racers, including A1GP World Cup of Motorsport winner Neil Jani and MotoGP world champion Thomas Luthi. Traditional sports. Traditional Swiss sports include Schwingen, Swiss wrestling, Hornussen, a cross between baseball and golf, and Steinstossen, Swiss stone put. These traditional sports hold cultural significance and are practiced in various regions of Switzerland. Military of Switzerland. The Swiss armed forces consist primarily of conscripts, male citizens aged 20 to 34, in exceptional cases up to 50 years. The armed forces, which include the land forces and the air force, do not include a navy due to Switzerland's landlocked status. However, armed boats patrol lakes bordering neighboring countries. Swiss citizens are prohibited from serving in foreign armies, except for the Swiss Guards of the Vatican, or if they hold dual citizenship with a foreign country and reside there. Under Switzerland's militia system, soldiers are required to keep their army-issued equipment, including fully automatic personal weapons, at home. While military service is mandatory for men, women may serve voluntarily. Approximately 2/3 of young Swiss are deemed suitable for service, with alternative service options available for those who are not. Each year, around 20,000 individuals undergo training in recruit centers for 18 to 21 weeks. The military underwent significant reforms, with the adoption of Army 21 in 2003, replacing Army 95 and reducing the number of personnel from 400,000 to about 200,000. Of these, 120,000 are active in periodic army training, while 80,000 serve as non-training reserves. The latest reform, Further Development of the Army, WEA, began in 2018 and aimed to reduce the number of army personnel to 100,000 by the end of 2022. Switzerland has declared 3 general mobilizations to ensure its integrity and neutrality in response to the Franco-Prussian War of 1870-71, the outbreak of the First World War in 1914, and the German attack on Poland in 1939. Despite its policy of neutrality, the Swiss Army participates in peacekeeping missions but does not engage in armed conflicts in other countries. In conclusion, Switzerland is a country rich in diversity, boasting a multifaceted culture, stunning landscapes, and a renowned culinary tradition. From the majestic Alps to the picturesque cities, Switzerland offers something for everyone, whether it's outdoor adventure, cultural exploration, or culinary delights. If you found this documentary of Switzerland informative and enjoyable, don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating insights. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and share it with your friends and family so they too can discover the beauty of Switzerland. Subscribe, like, and share now to spread the word about this incredible country.